What is going on, everyone? This is your boy Yakrates. This is your review for Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, season 14, episode 12. Recap slash review really quickly. The Beverly Hills version of the Whether You Like It or Not panel will be on Scotty by Nature TV's channel tomorrow. So make sure you are there because we're going to talk about this. And as I've been doing with these reviews that I do panels for, I'm mostly just recapping it rather than giving a review because I want to save a lot of this for the actual panel, right? Cool. So Dorit is doing a 4th of July barbecue. Garcelle and Kyle tell Sutton, they overheard her convo with Reba because, they're still in Augusta getting ready to leave. They never saw Reba walk in, and Reba just stood and just let them speak. She's like, oh, well, I guess you just heard us say that we heard your conversation. Oh my God. That was funny to me. I honestly just think we just sitting there, it's like, I ain't finna say nothing. They on their way out, whatever, whatever. So Sutton loves the progress that her mom have made. Reba says, she was never told by her mother, that she loved her. Which getting these tidbits of knowing that she was a father's girl where he was pretty much hard on her, having a mother that never said that she loved her. And then again, knowing the time frame in which she grew up in, like it's easy to understand Reba. Does it excuse her behavior? Absolutely not. But it makes it easier to understand. Maybe even empathize, sympathize. And then Sutton finally gets the I love you from her mother. And that's all that she wanted. Kind of sort of felt like pulling teeth, but hey, she got what she wanted, right? So now we get Bose. Her cousin Tina shows up on time to her surprise because her cousin Tina, I guess, is typically late. She says she's closer to her than her actual siblings because I think she said they're like 10 months apart. And guess what? I understand that. Myself and my cousin, Debo, we're 6 months apart, literally born same year. He was born in June. I was born in December. We're 6 months apart. And because we were so close in age, we pretty much grew up like brothers, and our parents are sisters. So it was just one of those things where, like, we always have that, bond, that connection, right? So I get that. She brings up possibly carrying a baby and Keely being ready. Her doc that kind of specializes in this, is coming from Vegas. The ultrasound is going to be done for her. They're going to test, his swimmers and whatnot. All of these different things. And for Bose, this is starting to like really become real. And this is when Bose says she wonders if either of them really just wants to say, hey, can we like take a pause for a second? Because in her mind, it feels like both of them want to say it, but don't want to say it because of how it may come off. And Bose lets us know that her first daughter, who she was pregnant with at 6 months, she had to. I'm more than sure have a C-section because she had pre-eclampsia or something like that. Again, I'm not a woman, I don't know this, but something where her blood pressure was just shot and whatnot, and pretty much they were trying to save the baby and also save her. The baby did not survive when she was pregnant with her daughter Lael. It was nerve wracking because of what she already went through. And every time there was a minor complication, it just really, in essence, made her spiral. So thinking about this and the process, Bose is really like dealing with the what ifs. And my thing is, if that's the case, one baby get a surrogate, if that's really what you want to do, but you don't need to sit here and be a printer for this man. You don't need to be sitting here and photocopying this dude. It's not that important, and your health is paramount. Whereas you don't want to sit here and lose your life because you trying to sit here and photocopy this dude. It ain't that dang on serious. And if that's the case, good. Surrogate, here's my egg, here's your swimmer, boom, boom, boom. All right, cool. But and I will say I do appreciate the fact that we're getting something real from Bose. Now, whether or not if her relationship with Keely is real, don't know. But what she's gone through and what she's sharing, definitely real. And that's great. Erica at one point before Dorit's party says to Kyle via FaceTime, she wants her to connect with Bose in her own way because obviously it was either Kathy or Erica that shared that, she Bose feels that Kyle is cold towards her. So it's Dorit's party. Sutton arrives to the party. No one greets her. Kyle joins. It's the same thing. Sutton had been waiting for 39 minutes. Now, Sutton is there to do a job. I get it. So it just is what it is. I would definitely feel a way if I'm coming in. It's because it's the whole thing of her coming in. She does not know Dorit's people that are already there. So it's hard for her to come in and mingle, I believe. And it's like, okay, well, I want for, the guests to come and, da 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 da. I have been in situations to where I'm there, I'm at a party, whatever, early one night, because I'm always early. And sometimes I just gotta sit here and tap into the extroverted part of myself and go and just start talking to people. Like, I don't like doing it, but if I'm there and ain't nobody, yeah, it's one of like, screw it. Let me just go ahead. Hey, all of that pleasantries. Um, and Dorit, though she doesn't see it for her, and not even though she doesn't see it for her, she comes down. She's purposefully not initially engaging with Sutton, giving all her time to Kyle, making things very obvious, and then at one point grabs Sutton's purse and pretty much says to her that she feels like she owes it to her, and if Sutton was to just relinquish this bag, it would kind of erase a whole lot of things where all that's saying to me is you don't have the money that you've been trying to portray that you got, but they ain't nothing but business. So Garcelle almost lost her ankle and ate. You know what? When she came in, because I'm assuming that her heel was caught in between the side and the concrete. She rebounded, but I'm like, whew, look kind of bad. Garcelle asks Sutton, what is she drinking? Sutton tells her, and then she said, oh, is there alcohol in it? And she says yes. And then Dorit brings attention back to it. It's like, did you ask her what she was drinking? And then did you ask her if there's alcohol in it? And Sutton replies, shut up, Dorit. You're such a, itch, but with a B in front of it. And Sutton is upset that Dorit has perpetuated her having a drinking problem, and never apologized. Now, the reality is, to, Dorit's defense, she was not the one that initiated, that put it out there, but she is the one that, carried it and continued to run with it. Dorit asked if she could please not call her the B word in her house. Sutton is just saying, like, I don't want to fight with her. And it's the energy that Dorit's giving off. And Sutton's just like, you know what? I'm going to leave. Garcelle and Kyle run after Sutton, and Dorit feels away about it. Now, here's the reality. Because I know a lot of people, because again, I was on, Twitter. I'm going to continue to call that. And I saw a lot of people saying that Sutton is doing the absolute most. But here's the reality. If somebody that showed up to your place and they're trying to send an olive branch, be the bigger person, that this is a iffy topic for this person, why even lean into that? And again, I've always said you can't do something to somebody and then tell him how to react. You can't. You can't, because then when they blow your head off, now it's I'm being the victim, and Dorit's trying to say, oh, now Sutton is making herself the victim. Sutton didn't say nothing to you. Sutton is better than me, because I would have been the one when you came down and be like, so this is what we do, just have people waiting here for 39 minutes. So there was nobody to agree. That would have been me, just like, because I'm already not messing with you. But again, this is work. So Sutton is pretty much trying to fulfill that obligation. But I'm just like, couldn't have been me. Bose enter and say, excuse me, itches. And Garcelle alludes to, let's not use that word, because that word just kind of sort of, got some people in trouble just now. And Kyle and Garcelle want Sutton to stay. And I see a lot of people on Twitter yet again saying if Sutton really wanted to leave, then why are you still there? Multiple reasons. Now, I don't know if she called a share ride or if she was waiting for the ride that production had for them to come. Because if that's the case, probably was gonna have to wait a while if that vehicle was not close enough. That's one. Two, I'm more than sure production was telling them do your best to get her to stay because we're at work. We don't want her to leave. And again, Sutton does not need the money. So that's why. And if y'all are listening, y'all clearly hear Kyle and Garcelle trying to encourage her to stay. Now, again, I'm like I said, I'm with the crew. And also before I finish before I even finish what I'm about to say, I don't believe that it was a share ride only because of the simple fact that I don't see her just getting into a share ride being mic'd up and everything. I mean, it's a possibility. I don't know. Again, me being me, if I'm rest to go, I'm like Wanda, I rest to go. But it ain't no talking. If I'm rest to go, I'm gone. And look, I have many stories where I'm like, no, y'all, please not gone by. Because if I stay, I'm gonna take things to a place where y'all gonna be mad because just like you ain't having to take it there. Me knowing good and god dang on well, I can go further, and that's why I'm not trying to stay. So anyway, uh, Kyle says it's not lost on her that Sutton was upset that she left Bo's place, but you're doing the same exact thing. Goes to the read, asks her, "Hey, she doesn't want to stay. She's not with it. Could you maybe go talk to her?" The reason, like the majority of y'all wouldn't gather around her, and if it takes me to get her to stay, I'm not finna do it. So Bose goes over there because she's like, "Oh, I guess I got to be the one to do it to try to salvage things," and says, pretty much that it looks crazy that the host is here, but all of y'all are gathered in the entryway. It looks a certain way. Garcelle says, to Bo, stop being her spokesperson. Now, Garcelle, baby girl, though I'm here for you and for that. They didn't call they I don't think no, they called out. You've been Sutton's spokesperson this whole entire time too. So let's not do that. I get what you're saying. But again, pop me kettle. That's all I'm saying. So I'm sorry, Bose says no one needs to coddle Sutton. I'm like, oh, okay. Sutton finally leaves. Garcelle announces, that Sutton left because she felt unwanted. And they pretty much like, okay, so you're being her spokesperson. Dorit defends herself, and Garcelle says that you led the charge. Like, yeah, you're saying that you defended yourself, but let's not forget, you the one that came at her first, which caused her to use an expletive, an adjective to describe you, and now here we are. Bose says that if someone called me out my name, that's fighting words. And guess what, Bose, I get it. And the women kept saying you're coming in with opinions and you don't know the full backstory. Mind you don't always need to know the full backstory, but in this particular case, she needed to know the backstory as to why what was said was triggering to Sutton, but not just that, the fact that you didn't, and they pretty much kind of allude to the fact that she already didn't want to be here. You kept her waiting, and then you just took this to Dorit. You just took a dig at her. So because of all of that, yes, you were called that descriptive word, which is how we got here, and they're trying to get Bose to understand that. Garcelle feels that Bose is very one side when it comes to things, and then kind of patches in Kyle. We see what you did there, Garcelle. And Kyle is glad that it was brought up because, of course, you are, and thought that, things were good between them, but you can tell the interaction between Bose and Kyle is just awkward energy. Bose says that if she didn't care about Kyle like that, she wouldn't have even asked. And says that they don't have she has deep conversations with everybody but her and doesn't know, what to do. Kyle says that her actions appear to be, appear appears to be her having, like a preconceived idea about her, a bias. And Dorit doesn't know what is going on with Kyle, which I feel like I don't know, something might have been added there. And Kyle is starting to Kyle, whereas she's starting to somewhat start with the tears and the da 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 and the back and forth. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, they lost me right here. So this is really the end of the review. I'm finna just try to give y'all this because when Kyle start Kyling, and then because first off, it was one thing seeing Sutton and Dorit try to out Karen each other. So and now I gotta deal with Kyle and Dorit trying to out Karen each other. It's too much. It's too much. So Kyle says to no, I'm sorry. So Kyle says to the Reed, "You're all over Bose' 4 point of contact, and it's gross." Kyle feels like Dorit is always in support of Bose. Bose, all I'm gonna say is this, baby girl, I hope and pray in the seasons to come that Dorit has your back like you have her back. Cause what I don't want is for this to be a Karen and Wendy situation. That's all I'm gonna say. Dorit wants to know if they're moving forward or backwards. Um, Kyle said we're moving forward. They hug it out. They go off to the Reed's room. It's unorganized. She's trying to move stuff still, stuff this, that, and the third, trying to put the pieces back together. Kyle says she is too. Kyle talks slowly, taking over Mauricio's closet. Dorit asks her if she wants to get back together. Kyle says that she's just trying to pretty much take the time, let the time expire, and see what happens. Kyle says that if we cannot get back together, then we will get a divorce, but then says that them getting back together will never happen. Again, Kyle double talking in circles. Kyle is in limbo. Kyle talks slowly. No, I'm sorry. This was a note I put here. Kyle, just like we said this with Dorit, you need to go talk to Sutton the Strat, and because all this limbo talk, and this was before we saw what happened at the very end of the episode. You should already be talking with somebody to have stuff in place to where if he never pulls the trigger, you're fine. If he pulls the trigger, you already have your stuff in place to where it is biggity blah, how you like me now. That's all I'm saying. Um Dorit shares that she feels that PK is 50 steps ahead of her and she needs to catch up. That's what the girl told you last episode. And then at the very end, we see 1 week later, Mo is caught up with a mystery lady. We're going to talk about that next week. That's all I got. I ain't got no more in the words of Terrence. So thank you so much for watching. Rate, comment, subscribe, and share. I will see y'all tomorrow. Y'all have a great night. Bye.